Yep, time to eat. Time to eat. We're gonna eat. We're gonna eat. What's going on,
Mm-hmm.
y'all? What is going on, man? Woo, another tough loss, man. And 3-5, not gonna get any
What we
easier.
say?
Just trust me when I tell you that.
What can we say?
Um, woo, I can't say nothing
Hey,
right now,
hey,
Chris.
hey, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I will say this to start it off because we got a lot to talk about, people. But I will say this: valiant effort from the Falcons overall today versus
Absolutely.
New England Patriots. Going up there in Foxborough, hostile turnout for that. So those guys they was out there waiting. It was an ugly game all the way around, but the guys they fought. That's what you at least wanted to see. They
Yeah,
fought. We had an opportunity to win the game, actually. So this was not a blowout. The Falcons was in this game. And credit to the defense. So salute to all those guys on the defense. We just couldn't finish. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to get that
absolutely.
out the way because the Falcons, they fought hard in this game and they could have laid over and laid down, so many times they did not. But, what I'm saying, still disappointing loss to lose 23-24. Yeah, man, hard fought game, but we still dropped the game 23-24, and we're in the winning business. And right now the Falcons are 3-5, about to catch the flight to Germany.
Yeah, I think they leave Wednesday if I ain't mistaken. But it's gonna be a short trip back home, and then that long 20-hour flight over there. But I agree, man. It was a hard fought game. And I'm gonna
Right.
give it up to the defense like I have every game this season, even in the losses that we had, the ugly losses.
Bro.
The defense just showed up this game, man. 6 sacks. Who was
Yes.
expecting that? And I
Yes.
said it. I said it in the preview show.
Yeah.
Even though
Go ahead.
Drake May has been going off, and we talked about it extensively in the preview show. Even
Heck
though
yeah.
he's had good numbers, he's still a young quarterback. He's
Get
still
the
going to make
pressure.
mistakes. Yep,
Get
get the pressure.
home. I'm telling you, when
That's
you
what they
get
did.
home on veteran quarterbacks, you see them messing up. What you think a rookie gonna do? So, but
Yep.
I'm glad to see that the defense was able to get home, generate that pressure. You saw it early, like the Falcons, they were kind of trying to get there. I know Leonard Floyd, who actually went down with a hamstring, who came into the game questionable with that same hamstring. He got after Drake May early, caused him to, overthrow the ball, once. The guys, Brandon Dorlus, I ain't gonna lie, he was all over the place today. Had a great game today. Ruka Roro. Also, I believe he had 2 sacks today. But my guy Jalen Walker, who people be always chirping about, excellent game from Jalen Walker returning, difference maker. That's why I even had put on Twitter when it said that he was a go. I said, "Oh, the defense just got a boost." And this guy was all over the place. Jalen Walker was the difference maker on that defense. That strip sack right before halftime, giving us a chance. First of all, it was so funny because they just was talking about Jalen and JPJ. And then
Right.
the very next play, Jalen Walker with the strip sack, JPJ picking it up, almost running it back, giving us an opportunity. If that doesn't happen, this game is over in the first half.
Yeah. Going in halftime,
Shout out to
21-7.
Jalen Walker, man.
If they don't
That's
go, yeah,
bro.
that's a dig.
That's
Yeah.
why you have those back and forths in those war rooms for the draft because of stuff like that. Just imagine if we just would have just passed on him and just took JPJ and not Walker. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man. Like,
The
give
crazy
Walker a
thing is,
second. Give Walker a second. He gonna be all right.
yeah, he just gotta stay healthy, man. And we know that's gonna be a problem because, like I said, he's been training for a whole year straight. So those kind of injuries, those knick-knack injuries, are gonna happen. But
Right.
it seems that the same thing just keep happening over and over again when we talk about defense. They, for some reason, they gonna keep attacking D. Alford,
Yep.
J.D. Bertrand, or Mike Hughes.
It's
Them are the
gonna
three
happen.
people that all teams are going to target from this point on. Y'all just remember that. So
It's gonna happen.
when you
Like,
look at that, man,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
you
ask y'all
see,
a question, but
bro, bro,
I'm gonna ask y'all a
but
question, but
Smitty,
go
you
ahead, go ahead.
see how they did today, though, right? You seen Bertrand out there, but you also seen Harrison
Yeah,
out there too.
Harrison
So
should have
they were
stayed out there.
at one point in time they were rotating, and then there was a point in time on the drive to where you didn't see Bertrand out there at all. So like they see that, you know, the the deficiencies within the defense. D. Alford, I mean, what can you say about that? Because Billy Bowman is still, you know, I'm saying, out right now. So D. Alford has to be in there. And D. Alford hasn't played, you know, since trash this season. If you look at the overall play of D. Alford, it's just certain plays he gets taken advantage of sometimes. Sometimes it's just off of size. You think about the Hunter Henry play. If he plays close,
Well, no,
Hunter
you can't say
Henry
that
can use his
because
strength.
look at Demario Davis. Demario Davis kept beating him deep, mainly
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now
Demario
that
Davis is
just,
faster,
yeah,
but at the same
yeah,
time, you got
right.
to know how to counteract a speed, you know, a speedy receiver. Being a veteran that you are, when you have a fast guy that you're, you know, guarded, you got the guard. You got to know how to, you got to know how to wiggle around, and you got to know how to stop him, man. You got to
Mm,
jam him up at the line. You got to, you know, get him off his track because
I mean, I agree.
he wasn't even really jamming the guy up at the line of scrimmage. He would just, you know, get off
He
the line of
played off.
scrimmage, quick cut, he gone.
He played
So
off on that play, on that particular
yeah,
play with Hunter
and you
Henry. He
can't do
played.
that
He
against
played
him.
off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying he just played off on that particular play, and that's why Hunter Henry was more so too much cushion. And Hunter Henry, bink, you know what I'm saying, taking off. He already a big body target anyway. You
Right.
see, you see that he had a crazy catch against Jalen Walker. That was a fingertip catch that barely got there, and Walker was still in position. Just, you know, bringing back things again. Jalen Walker just being all over the place. If we can keep that guy healthy, this defense is even better and gives us opportunities to win games. Regardless, a lot of us didn't have a lot of confidence coming into the game. You know, a lot of us picked against the, you know, the Falcons. I know I was on the fence, but I do remember saying in the preview, if we can get some of our guys back, like a Jalen Walker, we can give us a better chance. Like a Michael Penix, we can give us a better chance. And you saw it. You saw it. I'm not saying just one guy, but you see the difference makers that both guys did for each side. At the end of the day, this still comes down to coaching, situational play calling, situational decisions. You hate the fact that we had to use a timeout after getting a first down after a penalty. Why is there not a play already stacked and ready to go for our QB1? Why do we have to take a timeout? Because if we would have had maybe an extra timeout, you never know how things, you know, might would have went. You don't.
Chris, I told you this the other day, man. When you have miscommunication like he having with Michael Penix and he the offensive coordinator, that lets me know whatever y'all going over in the film room, it's just not clicking for either y'all. Because when you get a first down because of a timeout, you supposed to have a player right here. You should not look on you know, a play
That
sheet to
made
see
no
what you got to
sense.
draw.
It
And
made
one thing that I did notice on that last drive, and I've been noticing it for a while, Zach Robinson don't even really have a 2-minute offense. Because if
Mhm.
he had a 2-minute offense, he would know how to push
Oh,
the
we're
ball down the
building up.
field.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about it, JP. We're building up.
yeah, yeah,
No, the timeout
yeah.
isn't what lost us the game. That's just
No,
one of the
it's not.
situational things that shouldn't have happened in the game. Um, uh, you call it what you want for what actually lost us the game. The kicker, that is, it's it's what, week 9 going on week 10, and we are still having kicking issues. In week 1, Falcon fans, Young Wei Koo, a guy who is beloved in the Falcon Nation, missed a kick that could have sent us to overtime against the Bucks. We lose that game. The new guy, Parker Romo, you know, who came in. Okay, we like him, yeah. But in that critical situation right there to help tie the game, and you never know how the ending could have went if we could have tied the game. He misses the extra point, and the game just goes sour. It's crazy because we got the ball back yet again after that,
And
but
then
still,
that's what brought me to my last
situation.
point. We
Go ahead.
got the ball back again to possibly come back and win the football game, but we don't have a 2-minute offense drawn up. If we have a 2-minute offense, we easily push the ball down the field. And your 2-minute offense, you should be focused on Drake London and Kyle Pitts. not Bijan Robinson, not Tyler Algier, but those two big receivers. And I give them credit. This game, they actually threw the ball in the end zone 3 times. More
Yes.
than they have all season. So I give them credit for that.
Draco. Hey, Smitty, real quick. I gotta admit, and you gotta give him his credit. Drake London balled today,
Oh yeah,
regardless.
I said that.
Yes, sir.
During the game when I was texting
Yeah,
my boy.
he was balling today. And my thing is, that's what we're talking about. That's what we talk about having big body guys, basketball type receiver type guys who can go up and win at the point of attack and win up and go get those jump balls. They say they call them 50-50 balls, but with Drake, let's keep it real. When the ball is up in the air, it's really 80-20.
Yeah, he's 6'4", so
yeah, it's 80-20.
DA, I'm gonna be honest with you, my guy. The reason why they gave the ball back with 2 minutes left because it was 4th and 2, and if they missed that, it's an easy go, and the game over. So they didn't have a choice but to kick it. And the crazy thing about it, they did get the ball back.
Right.
So that was a smart move because sometimes you just go ahead.
Well, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go finish.
Sometimes when you in a certain situation, say like if I'm put it like this, and the announcer made it clear last week, and it was a good point. The way the NFL is played now, you're gonna see most teams go for it because wherever you place the ball, if they miss it, it's gonna be back further than if you kicked it. So you're gonna see a lot of teams go for it. Just say, "Here, where we don't get it, the ball gonna be right here." Instead of punting in the ball, better field position from you punting the ball. So you're gonna see more of that. But in that certain situation with 2 minutes left, they had a chance, and the defense think about it. The defense only gave up 3 points the second half.
That's it.
3 points. After giving up 21 in the first half, they going 3 points. So they locked in. They did what they're supposed to do. They held New England in check the second half. All the offense had to do was execute. And they did for the most part, but in key situations, the execution just was not there. And Zach Robinson has to do, like Chris said, he has to do a better job of stacking plays for certain situations. We seen Bijan couldn't run the ball, Tyler couldn't run the ball, so
they
prepared
for the run game. That's what I'm saying. They were
They were number 2. They were number 2.
And they were number 1 against the outside zone. What's one of our what's our favorite thing to do? Outside zone. I'm not surprised Bijan looked the way he did today as far as in the run game, but that still doesn't mean you go away from it. We ran the ball like 3 times in the first quarter. I think a total of like 6 times total in the first half. You still can't do that. You still going to have to feed your guys and still going to have to, hey, I understand it looks like a brick wall, but sometimes you got to keep running into that brick wall. You got to keep them honest and keep them thinking about it. And I was so happy by Michael Penix, who used his legs multiple times today, because once he did that, the defense had to start respecting that. They did start backing off just a little bit.
I said that last week.
Instead of reacting, they started thinking. And if you start thinking on the football field, it's over with. So it's just like that right there. I kept saying, thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. You know what I'm saying? Because him getting out of the pocket a few times again, it gave them something to think about. They're like, okay, well, now Penix is running. So now we have to account for him too. And it opened up some things more so for the Falcons to move the ball down the field. But hey, Smitty, I know I seen him on the field for like 1 catch, and I was like, all right, bet. And that was on a play action. That's the crazy thing. Like I was like, what? It's a play action pass, and it was to Darnell Mooney. Excellent catch by Darnell Mooney. But I was wondering, Smitty, did he come have a seat next to you on the couch after that? Did he fly?
Yeah, he was sitting behind me. He was sitting behind me begging for my damn chicken wing. He ain't do nothing after that. He ain't do nothing before that.
I'm trying to figure out, like, are there any plays being drawn up for Darnell Mooney? I'm wondering because he can't be still hurt. Like he didn't look like he was still hurt. So I'm trying to figure out why.
What I tell you the other day, they only drawing up plays for Bijan Robinson, Drake London. That's it.
Bro, my thing is, I really firmly believe if you draw up something for Darnell Mooney, even if you have it looking like it's going to Drake or Kyle, you can still have something going to Darnell Mooney. I mean, he's the guy with the speed. keep him involved, keep him engaged. Otherwise, you're going to have times to where you're going to need him, and you may end up seeing him not engaged. I'm not questioning his professionalism, because he possibly may be ready every play. But I'm just saying, you don't want to have a particular situation where you possibly can have a guy disengage. We have seen that on the football field with other guys on the offense, have we not, Falcon fans? Okay, then.
Kyle
So
Pitts,
that's just
for
what I'm saying.
instance.
So that's just what I'm saying. Just trying to keep guys involved. You have weapons, and I know you're not going to be able to get the ball to every guy every week. Come on now, I know that. But this guy, Darnell Mooney, hasn't been involved in this offense really at all this season. Just small spurts. He probably has 10 catches, if that.
Probably about 10 or 11 at the most. Somebody knows. But Maybach Sports, appreciate you tuning in, my brother. Gave you a shout out the other night on the show, man. Big Patriots fan. Been supporting me for the last 5 years, man. So shout out to you. Big Patriot fan, man. Appreciate you for always supporting me, man.
Okay, so he has 11 catches.
I said 10 or 11.
Yeah, 11 catches, 158 yards. And shoot, he caught his 11th catch today, because he had one catch for 15 yards. Now, I know I've been seeing people saying that he's washed and everything like that. I don't know about that necessarily. I'm just trying to figure out, are plays even being drawn up for the young man? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I feel like that's a valid question to ask, considering the fact of what we've seen in this. How this
but the reason why I said what I said, they show you week to week who they draw plays up for, because who's targeted the most, who's ran the most.
But bro, I said this before the season started, when we were sitting there, and we seen that ourselves with our own, well, I guess 8 eyes. And when we seen that our own selves,
our 8 eyes,
Drake London was going to be that guy. He was going to be the number one guy for Michael Penix. That's why I made that joke, and I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely going to go get Drake in fantasy football, because I know what's about to happen." It's like, I know who's going to be the number one receiver. That's cool. I mean, I don't have no problem with that. All I'm asking is, can the quote unquote on the depth chart number 2 wide receiver be involved? Can we get Kyle Pitts more involved as well? There's a few times that you could have got Kyle Pitts involved, and I just feel like you just didn't. And I just don't understand, what was that play about throwing it deep to Kyle Pitts? What was that,
bro?
The play where they had Jalen Hawkins over the top.
I said the other day, this was the perfect game for Kyle Pitts to break out. I said the other day, all of their linebackers are downhill guys. They don't have nobody that can cover. The guy that could cover, that they traded both of them, Jabril Peppers and Kyle Duggar. They traded both of those guys. So they really, outside of safety and linebacker, they had nobody that could cover Kyle Pitts. And you didn't make that a priority to get him the football. Just make it make sense. And that's what I'm saying. It's not always on the player, the execution. Sometimes it's on the scheme and the play calling, with who called the plays and how they called the plays. Yeah, Jeff Ulbrich called a hell of a game today, but there were certain situations where he dropped the football.
Bro, I got something for you that's even more funny. Okay. Now, really, since me, you, even Berto, I'm saying, bro talking, salute to those brothers as well. And I'm saying, we've all been working together, right? And what have we been saying about Kyle Pitts the most, about as far as using him on the field?
He's a mismatch.
He's a mismatch, right? Okay. All right. Stay right there. So he's a mismatch. He's too fast for the linebackers, and he's too big for the corners. So they had McCourt. I don't know if it was Jason which McCourt.
It was Jason McCourt in the booth. Yeah.
Okay. Jason McCourt then says, "Man, Kyle Pitts, that year that we had to play him, he was too big. He was too big for me to cover, and he was too fast for our linebackers. He was a mismatch." Bro, I walked out the room like I'm about to do now.
The thing about it, man, when we watch football, all of us as Falcon content creators, we already pretty much know what's going to come. We already pretty much know how they're going to game plan. So when you look at the game plan and the matchups, this is why you call them X factors. This is why you call them key matchups during the game, because if they're key matchups you got to take advantage of, you just got to do it. And if you don't do it, 9 times out of 10 it's going to cost you. First half, Kyle Pitts had 4 catches, 38 yards. Second half, not even targeted. Well, he was targeted. He targeted probably about 2 or 3 times, but he didn't catch anything. So when you game plan for a team like New England, that's good against the run, and like you said earlier with the play action, they should have did more of that, and they could have.
Right. They could have. I believe they really could have. Because I know in the second half, I feel like, I mean, we didn't stick with it, but if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but like the second and third quarter possibly were like the best. I don't even want to call it the best, but you see the most run plays, I guess you can say. So you still could have done that, yes, with the play action. But again, I just don't feel like we have plays that are stacked. It just really spoke volumes to me. And I know he's our backup quarterback, but when Kirk Cousins had said that, it was like a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, yeah, like, because it goes back.
We didn't put it in that terminology when we talked about it, stacking plays.
Right, but
Only thing that we kept saying was, why can't they run consecutive plays or 3 to 4 consecutive plays and be effective?
There you go.
They still haven't done
it. But we saw examples of it. Why you think Zach Robinson had to finally come out the booth? Because things weren't getting to the quarterback. We're getting penalties. We're having to call timeout. This man on the sideline now, and it still reared its ugly head today, to where the plays weren't getting out to the quarterback. We got to call a timeout, waste a timeout, just because the plays are not either stacked or the plays are just not ready to get out to the QB1. And you got Michael Penix out there. And then that same clapping, according to Raheem Morris later on, was what caused the intentional grounding. Now, I understand the play before it. Michael Penix just, snapped the ball, kind of threw it in the dirt. Now, I don't necessarily like that, but I do understand what's going on. But the very next play, Smitty, intentional grounding, because the ball was snapped early. Penix's eyes was bucked.
He wasn't even
ready for it. He wasn't ready for it.
Now, if he was ready and he snapped the ball and he caught it, he would have saw Bijan in his peripherals on the left. He probably could have threw it to him and threw it at his feet. Yeah, he could have threw it at his feet. It wouldn't have been a penalty. But since
the only thing he was worried about is not
fumbling. Since you turn it this way, and that's the only person you see, Bijan. When Bijan had his back and his number towards the thing, he was the outside of the pocket. But since Bijan was that far in front of you, you couldn't get past him. So guess what? That's a penalty. But you throw it to the left and Bijan right there and throw it at his feet. It's not a penalty.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it was never supposed to happen. So he had to catch it, worry about not fumbling it, and just try to get rid of it. Because when he looks up, the defensive lineman is already coming in the line, already coming through him. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like distance, it's probably like as far as you and me are right now on the screen. So he had to hurry up and get rid of that. Otherwise, he was going to take a hit. So
see, that goes back to what I said earlier, though. That goes back to what I said earlier. That lets you know they don't have a 2-minute drill or 2-minute game plan.
Bro,
because if you have a 2-minute game plan, you do not run nothing like that.
But bro, it's worse than that for me. It's just the discipline, because that can't happen. Coach Raheem Morris said in his press conference that it was good situational football by the New England Patriots because they was on the defensive end clapping, trying to mimic Michael Penix, and Ryan Nuzil fell for it. That's why the snap was a quick snap. That's why, because they were saying that they simulated that, and he was like, "That's good situational football." No, that's just your players just got to be more disciplined. It's not good situational football. It's just your players have to be more disciplined. Same as like if a player is out there calling for a fair catch, and the guys are running down, it's the same thing. You're trying to distract them, and if you're not disciplined, guess what? Things like that happen. I believe if that intentional grounding didn't happen, we had them on the ropes. We had them, y'all. I really believe that, man. Michael Penix is going to drive it down, because Michael Penix is not the problem. For all the people who are still out on Michael Penix, I'm telling you, he's not the problem.
No, it's the coaches. Joe Barge 8, he said, Smitty and Chris, what should we do before the trade deadline and in the offseason to improve our rush defense? I hate seeing the stat that we're 20-something stopping the run, but first in pass defense. And one thing about it, man, if you're bad in one, that means you're going to be first in the other. Why? Because they're going to attack you one way and not attack you the other, which means they're not going to get many yards. And think about it, Drake May, he threw for what, about
259.
259, and most of that was on one play. I mean, two plays. So they
Yeah, like
did their
a
job against
58,
him.
59 yarder to
Right, to Demario
Douglas.
Davis. Yeah.
Davis, yeah, Davis. So you had that one and then the other chunk play. So I mean, just between those two plays alone, that's close to about 80, 90 yards. So I mean, Falcons defense again still stepping up, doing what they do against in the offense.
Yeah, and to answer your question, trade deadline.
Bro, I'm
I
not
think
gonna
we
lie
got.
to you.
I think we got to be. I think we got to be sellers. And the reason why I say it, because I'm looking at the off season, how contracts are coming up, and you talk about Jesse Bates, one more year on his deal. Drake London got a new deal. Who can you even bring in with $5.8 million? Let's
Bro,
keep it real.
that's
So
what
you
I
got
was
it.
trying to figure out. Who are you
Yeah,
bringing in
you
with
can't
that?
bring in nobody.
With that, is my thing is you need multiple pieces. Let's just keep it real. You need multiple options. I mean, now I know you're probably going to have to um go in different directions because I'm just thinking about all the options that we need. We need O-line help. We need cornerback help. We still need help at wide receiver. Linebacker is we have a few things we need, and we really don't have the money to get anything. Now you could try to restructure some guys, but like as I was saying in the football chat that I was in, that still takes two. And who wants to restructure on a 3-5 team unless they believe in the coaching staff and the direction of the culture of the team? Now, if any one of you guys were players right now with the culture of the team, are y'all going to restructure your contract in the betterance of the team? Are you going to do that? You mean, it's still, my point is it takes two. I'm not trying to start any kind of mess, but it really does take two. What contracts are you restructuring? You know what I'm saying? Who can be restructured?
You really can't restructure too many people no more because Lindstrom and Matthews
Come
have
on now.
already restructured their contract twice. Jesse Bates, he probably next, but really, how long will he be here? Because I could see him being traded in the off season because they've already found his replacement and they probably don't want to pay him. So that's one you got to read up on.
But it also goes with this too.
Go ahead.
Jesse may not even want to be here. It's not necessarily the Falcons getting rid of him. He may get rid of the Falcons.
Yeah, because he looked dejected at that press conference the other day, but he didn't even look the same. And if y'all been watching body language
since he's been here,
go ahead.
He hasn't been to the playoffs since he's been here. This is a guy that's played in the Super Bowl. You got to take that stuff in consideration, Smitty.
Yeah, and think about it too. His buddy Justin Simmons didn't come back either. So he probably wanted to play alongside Simmons. That was probably part of the deal. Him finding somebody that he wanted to play with. So now that he has a rookie, well, he'll be a second-year player next year. And he played pretty well this year. But since they can't stay focused on offense, it's thrown the defense off. Yeah, they got back to 6 sacks today. But what has Xavier Watts really done the last 3 weeks? He's not the same as Xavier Watts you saw the first 5 games.
He's growing.
Why?
He's growing.
Because it's too inconsistent.
Yeah, he's trying to grow. Then I ain't gonna lie to you, he's missing his other rookie tag team partner, Billy Bowman. I feel like those two guys were having some chemistry out there together. That's been knocked off a little bit now, having D offered in right now. He's gonna have growing pains. I'm not worried about Xavier. I just want Billy Bowman to show back up so he can finish off the rest of his rookie season and have and help this Falcons team. But I'm not worried about Xavier Watts. I'm really not worried about any of the rookies necessarily. I just want down the stretch of the season, games like how we seen out of Jalen Walker today. It doesn't have to be picture perfect, but I do want to see you making a difference. So I do want to continue to see James Pierce making a difference, continuing to try to get better at setting the edge, et cetera. I'm saying, from the young guys. I really don't have any gripes with the young guys, Smitty. I don't.
And Chris, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think the fix is just as simple as one move. One move. Because it might not even be Raheem fault all the way. think about what Zach Robinson has done. Like I said, he's not working with Penix like he's supposed to. I feel like Kirk Cousins is not working with Penix. So if he brings in an offensive coordinator that's competent and can stack plays and call consistent plays, that could turn around team around faster than anything. Because Jeff Ulbrich is doing his job as a defensive coordinator. So, I mean, offensive coordinator, I mean, hey, that could be just that simple. Ski, yeah, we're gonna probably be setting at the deadline. Who I don't know yet. Chris made a good point about Jesse Bates. He could be one that we don't want to talk about. Tyler Algier, I've talked about that for the last damn near year. Because I can see him as a running back one on certain teams.
Arnold Albuquerque, who
yeah, definitely him. Because we talked about that. Yeah, decent game. We talked about that, a couple weeks ago. But
Tuesday, right around the corner, though.
Yeah, right around the corner. It's like, yeah, as far as big names, I would say Bates, Algier, Albuquerque. That's about it. Oh, and I keep it focused with y'all.
Mooney?
I would say no. I would say Leonard Floyd. He's been very disappointing since he's been here. Maybe it's time for him, another change for him.
He went down with his hamstring chasing after Drake May.
There you go. So when you look at it, man, it's a handful of players that could be on the trade block. Because
Pitts could be moved. Yeah, we didn't say Kyle Pitts.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, look, it's really what they want to do and how they view the way the season is headed. Because we have a key game next week too. So if they feel like we have a chance to win that game, hey, they might stand still at the trade deadline.
What is Jeremy Biller said Terry not selling, and he may not. Yeah, he may not. He may believe that we can turn this thing around.
Yeah, but
it's at his discretion.
But the only way to turn it around, man, Raheem, like I said last week, he got to kick Zach Robinson, and where the sun don't shine.
Because not like our boy Ryan be saying in between the hip pockets.
No, like Lowe said, but kick him in between the wash machine and the dryer.
Oh yeah, wash machine and the dryer. Yeah, man. I understand. It's just
if we finish like that, Ski, they could end up with a top 10 pick, and that would
and right. Oh, speaking of that pick, I took a look and see where that pick is. And right now, I mean, it's still more football to still be played, still Monday night football, Sunday night, etc. But right now, it's pick number 11 for the Rams right now. Pick number.
And it went down another spot from last week.
Yep, it was 12. But it's a lot of teams that are 3-5. So right now, actually, it was crazy looking at that. I was like, man, it's quite a few teams that's 3-5. But we gotta climb out of this, man. We gotta climb out of this for multiple reasons. We need to get to these playoffs this year, and also we don't have a first round pick next year, so we have got to make sure that it is in the 20s or somewhere, but it doesn't look like right now we're headed in that direction. Again, I got to give the defense a shout out, bro, because they fought. The team overall fought, so the offense, they fought too. It's just overall with the situational play calling, situational decisions. Let me ask you this, Smitty, because I know someone asked me, would you have just kicked the field goal at the end of the half, or would you have gone for it on fourth down as well? I already know
I probably would have went for it too.
Yeah,
because like I said, man, I to be honest, man, he don't trust that kicker. He don't.
He don't, bro.
Keep it all the way real.
Does not. He does not. I don't care what nobody. But I'm just saying the actions speak louder than the words. He does not trust Parker Romo. It's just like, because why don't you at least? My thing is, you think about his distance too. I'm not sure how long of a distance that would have been. Would that have been either a 40 or a 50 yarder?
It would have been a 53 yarder, which is
absolutely not.
His height, but his height this year is 54 yards, so he could have made the kick. It's a matter of
he didn't trust him in New England with a little bit of wind. He didn't trust that.
Yeah. That's probably why that ball sailed, because the wind was blowing. And
but he kind of pushed that. He kind of pushed.
Yeah, he pushed it. He pushed it. That was really a chip shot. He pushed it. Man, that was a chip shot field goal. But
Man,
we're gonna let
it
y'all
was,
come and talk for a
it
couple of
was so
minutes,
funny.
man.
Somebody was like, "Oh man, just because he was on the Patriots practice squad, he want to go back to being a Patriot, huh?" I was just like, "Man, just leave it
No,
alone.
man,
Just
you
leave
can't
it
no.
alone."
How you feel about the Panthers beating the Packers? The Panthers are actually better than us, and they're discussing with. No, they're not better than us. They just coach better. They're not
Man,
better. They just
coaching
coach
matters.
better. Yeah, that matters. Coaching matters. But I'm gonna let y'all come in and talk for 2 minutes, man. 2 to 3 minutes.
Give Matt LaFleur our roster. Switch coaches and send Raheem to Green Bay and have Matt LaFleur here. And I bet you're gonna see something totally different in
Totally
both
different.
teams. In
Cause
both teams.
he developed Jordan Love very well. Mike said, man, we played well, even though it felt like we was running the same play. Yeah, we've been talking about that all season. Yeah,
there was nothing that was really switched up. You saw a wrinkle that the Patriots had added this week, where they had the offensive lineman pull and be the lead blocker. They said they just added that this week. I was like, oh, you don't say.
Yeah.
It just that's
y'all,
what I'm saying.
the link is in the chat. Y'all want to come in and talk to us right quick? Come in 2 or 3 minutes, and we're gonna roll on that, man.
Yeah, man.
Roll on that. We got a big week ahead.
Yeah, man, for sure. And these Atlanta Hawks about to play. I know, no Trae Young, but at the same time, the Atlanta Hawks still gotta go out there and fight the good fight. Hopefully December for Trae though. You know what I'm saying? He got lucky.
I don't think we're gonna lose Bijan. Bijan gonna be here, man. He know he gonna get paid, and all you gotta do is give him an offensive line. He'll be fine. Offensive line or quarterback, he'll be fine. Yep, he'll be fine. What's up, my guy? Talk to me.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Much. All right.
Yeah, Dodgers fan, eh?
Huh?
I said Dodgers fan, eh?
Hell no, just going with the fit, bro. I'm Braves all the way. As always, I ain't never gonna turn. Yeah, man. I watched a little bit of the game, man. I was actually kind of busy doing something, but I did did see a little bit of it. At the beginning of the game, man, I saw crossing routes. I saw slants inside. I'm like, okay, they, from that first touchdown, that was probably the best drive we had in 3 weeks, and we just get away from it. And I'm just looking at damn Zach, bro. You cannot stack any plays to save your life. Y'all been saying it. That's just like Smitty at halftime. He also brought up, I caught the video where you put it up, and I was like, man, he just refuses to run the ball. I know New England is number 2 against the run, number 1 against the outside zone. But, our bread and butter is running the football. Now, I think Matthew Bergeron going out really has something to do with that because he's one of our elite run blockers.
Right.
And, with him going out, Zach probably was like, man, I don't know if they trusted that backup to come in there like that and play well. But the offensive line is banged up. We all know this. And, but, man, to get to a great point, man, the defense, bro. I mean, for those, I've seen a lot of people in the comments and then even on other blogs that I read talk about JPJ and Jalen Walker. Those guys are different makers, and they are only going to get better. They are only going to get better. And I know you got a lot of people in the background, but that defense.
Nah, you good. Go ahead. We just one back there. Go ahead. You good.
Yeah. Brandon Doyle's and Rook impressed me too. They brought it today. The whole defensive line as a whole kind of brought it today. I just wish we was much better in the run defense. Divine Diablo is the key to that. And JD is just a mismatch, bro. I mean, whatever good running back, a tight end you put on him, it's just a mismatch. I don't know what it is. It seems like, what's the tight end from New England? I forgot his name. He was eating them up.
Hunter Henry.
Yeah, Hunter
Henry. Yeah.
Yeah, they was. Yeah,
And there was an Austin
They
Hooper.
even got Austin Hooper too. Yeah, they got Austin Hooper
on fire.
I forgot all about him.
Yeah, seen him make that catch close to the sideline, but they just gonna keep picking on JD, man. So.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier in the show. I said they're gonna use that same strategy everybody else using. The middle of the field gonna be open because we know JD can't drop back in coverage. So what they're gonna have to do, one way or another, they're gonna have to start using Helms in the middle of the field and have 3 sections on the field at once to help out Bertrand and then them linebackers. If they don't do that, every team we play from this point on gonna keep using the middle of the field against us. And next week, Daniel Jones, the guy who can take off and run, he's going to be one of the ones used. And then Jonathan Taylor, the best running back in the league right now, outside of Bijan.
That's
So
good.
yeah, I mean,
That's who scares
yeah,
me.
Like y'all,
Jonathan
that's
Taylor.
the game I had circled on my calendar this year. I'm like, man, the way
facts.
going up against Jonathan Taylor, man, and they you know they pissed off getting beat down today.
Right.
Yeah, they
But
did get beat.
Daniel Jones had 3 pickoffs today. He's definitely gonna look to rebound. But Dirty Bird, yeah, the chat just started to fill up, man. Appreciate you coming through. You got one more thing to say before you get out of here? Let me know.
Y'all be doing an early game for that. Y'all be doing an early post game show for that game in Germany,
Yeah,
correct?
it probably
Most
around
likely.
1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, man. Rise up always.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Rise up, family.
No doubt. My boy Dirty Bird Gang 11, man. Shout out to my boy ATLGA Faithful, man. Y'all go check him out on YouTube. He said, bro, he's got to change. JD is not athletic or fast enough to play at this level. And Chris been saying that for a month.
He don't have the size, bro.
And it's not gonna change.
Can't
not
get
gonna
no
change.
taller.
Nope. He can't. Welcome to our guy Larry Dixon. Larry, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys? Appreciate you letting me come on the platform.
Hey,
Everybody,
before you start, we got to give Larry that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that round of applause.
Hey man, him and Miss Shonda, man. I seen y'all yesterday, Florida Georgia game.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man.
That was a good stream, man. That was our best stream ever.
House divided right there.
Yeah, that was a good stream. Great game too. So a lot of people came to watch. So we appreciate everybody that came over.
No doubt.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, make sure you hit the like button. It's Lifeblood. All our content. You got 200 plus in the chat. It need to be at least 200 likes. Like for real, for real.
Wonderful.
It helped drive the algorithm to get more people to come over here and see Smitty and Chris. And do it on both channels, not just Smitty. Do it on A1 Forever's also. All right. So with the game, man, I just feel like we're such an unserious team. There's no attention to detail. Everything is laissez-faire. Yeah. It's like we got all the answers, but we don't apply it. We got all the answers in the press conference. We win the press conference, don't win the game. I'm tired of winning the press conference and don't win the game. I want to win the game. I was screaming why we didn't kick the field goal earlier, but I see why. Because when your kicker can't make an extra point, you basically got rid of Koo and replaced him with another Koo.
Pretty much.
That's the only thing I can really put my finger on. You replace Koo with another Koo, and the only reason you fired him is for public opinion that Koo needed to be gone and to scapegoat someone to get that heat off of your back. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of deflection and stuff like that going on in Flowery Branch up here in Flowery Branch. You know, Ray McLeod gets released because he didn't like Coach Ike getting fired. There's a pattern going on right now. Our lackadaisical way we get the plays called in. Guess what? You can't really audible. You get the ball in late. Plays still coming in late, regardless of if he's up in the booth or down there on the field. Guys, I want to ask you guys a question. When Kirk Cousins was out there last week, then we see Zach Robinson with the Microsoft Surface at the bench going over plays with him after every possession. Did we see that? Was I seeing things? Did we see that? Did we see that?
Absolutely.
Did we see that today with Michael Penix?
Nope.
No.
Have we ever seen that with Michael Penix? I have not. I want somebody to come in here and lie and say they have, but they haven't. Camera always.
That's why I said that's where the disconnect started at.
It's a disconnect. Yeah, it's 100% disconnect.
When you see stuff like that, that's why I said that's why he's not picking up in the film room. There's some disconnect in the film room and what's going on the practice field. Anything that has to do with teaching and studying, Michael Penix is not getting it because of Zach Robinson and him not trying to apply the same type of energy into Michael Penix that he does into the other quarterback. Because last year, you didn't see it when he played in those 3 games. You didn't see it. So tell me what disconnect is.
Well, he was up in the booth, so that was the excuse.
Yeah, I feel like the disconnect really is and truly is the fact that we just don't have an experienced guy. You got a rookie trying to teach a rookie. And I believe that that's really where the disconnect is really at. It never should have been Zach Robertson in the position of where he's at with a guy like Michael Penix. That's why you had Kirk Cousins, a guy who isn't a 14-year veteran now, can help string Zach along, help teach him how to do different things, and maybe just take over the offense like he did sometimes last year because Zach play calling. Now it's strictly on a guy who's learning on the job with another guy who's learning on the job. I just feel like, man, we're in a bad situation. Penix is not the problem at all.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? So I just end that. I just want people to end that. You know what I'm saying? He's not the problem. Michael Penix went out there. He's a gamer. And outside of the defense on the offensive end, there were times to where Penix just had to make plays. Luckily, we had Drake London for him to throw to. And because ultimately, this offense is just spinning its wheels in mud, man, overall. This thing is just spinning its wheels.
I 100% agree with you, Chris. But also this, when we talk about stacking plays, what this play stacks to go to that play, there is no stackability on this. It's just go out, run this formation. Our formations and personnel are very predictable. It makes it hard. People say the offensive line playing bad. How can you play great when they know what you're about to do and your tendencies, and you usually fall upon the tendencies? We're not even doing anything to counter our tendencies, and we're in the ninth week of the season. Like, you should be getting into your tendency part and tricking people and basically like, oh, you think this is our tendency? All right, we're going to go this way. But no, our tendency is our tendency. And when we get the ball in so late, we can't even adjust and audible because we got 5 seconds on the clock. Michael Penix trying to get people to motion, you know what I'm saying, at 3 seconds. Then you got to run. That's helping them jump your snap count. Again, all of these things. And when you run Bijan Robinson 12 times, this is the second game in a row that Bijan has gotten under 25 carries. And that is the magic number, guys. When Bijan Robinson, we establish the run, and Bijan Robinson gets 25 carries or more, we've won the game. Go look it up.
And it's complete. That's what I said about Penix too. If he throws the ball over 35 times, usually that's a loss because he's not ready to carry a team like that. And
it is because we are so unserious about establishing run. Did you guys feel like you were being trolled when Michael Penix was on the center and then we ran it for about 15 yards? Did you feel like we were being trolled because we never saw it again? And that was our most productive run by Bijan. That 15-yard run that he ran, and we never did it again. So yeah,
it's like we could, but we're not.
Nah. Like, I'm gonna do it. Nah. I'm going back to what I want to do. Do it. But thank you guys for letting me have on. I got to get ready for this Hawks and Cavaliers game.
Right.
You guys keep up the great work, man. Again, guys, make sure you hit the like button, man. Share this out on your socials too. Help everyone in this Falcon space grow, man, because that's what it's all about. I'm up out of here, man. That's why I got my Hawks jersey on.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. All right, man. Peace out, man. Everybody, be good. And just like it say, fire Raheem and fire Zach, man. That's what it is, man.
That's what it's gonna have to be. But that sad part about it, Raheem not going nowhere. 1, because of contract. 2, they might not be a coach out there they can bring in. Hate to see it.
We got to go down with the Titanic, fam. But have a great stream, Larry.
Yeah, this was a Jet 2 holiday loss right here.
Oh, no.
It's been like that for a couple of weeks now, Larry.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Appreciate you, Larry.
Yep.
Sorry about Larry from Dixon Way, man. Y'all please go check out Dixon Way, man. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, Dan, I agree. Fire McKay first, but that ain't gonna happen because that's Arthur Blank right hand, man.
He ain't going nowhere.
Trinity, talk to us right quick, man.
What's up, fellas? Yo, I just got back from our cruise. I literally drove 5 hours from like Mobile today, and I missed the first half. And I caught it with like 10 minutes left in the second half. And man, it is busted Douglas ugly, y'all. Like it is just laughable at this point. And again, the person who we all talk about who's going to be the real scapegoat is Mr. Fontenot. Because the way that because I saw Smitty's I watched his video today when I got back about like the Rich McKay interview, and this dude, y'all seen the Lord of the Rings Twin Towers, and what's the snake, or I think his name was like Wormmouth or something like that, and like he was like so like he worked for Sauron, the evil guy, and he was pretty much Caspering and whispering into the king's ear, and that's he was in hypnosis. I feel like that's what it is with Arthur Blank. Like Rich McKay is that dude, or he's like that with the whole team.
Let me tell you something right quick, Trent. And I said this, told Chris this the other day, and it made sense because I heard it many times. When you get to a certain age, like Mr. Blank, he's like 83. When you get to a certain age, your circle gets smaller and smaller. It's only certain people that you will listen to, and my grandmama like that. If it's not me, my mama, or my brother, or my aunt, she ain't gonna listen to nobody else. So it makes sense. So what has to happen? What has to happen is somebody that they bring in has to pull Rich McKay to the side and say, "Man, listen, this is what we need to do. We need to do this. We need to do that." Because as I've been telling y'all, he knows how to win because he was in Tampa when they built that team from the ground up. Before 1996, when Warren Sapp and Derrick Brooks got there, Tampa Bay was straight garbage. They get John Lynch, Warren Sapp, Derrick Brooks, who else?
Tony Dungy,
Rondé Barber, all those guys came in a matter of 3 years. And they played with that team 8 years in a row. And when he came here, they had just won a Super Bowl. So you tell me that you can't come up with that same kind of success? The problem is you don't want nobody to tell you nothing. You want to be comfortable in the coach you hiring. But guess what? Tampa Bay got outside of that comfort zone when they hired Tony Dungy. And after Tony Dungy left, they stayed outside that comfort zone with John Gruden. So go out and find the coach. And see, this is why I wanted Belichick, because I knew that he would build a foundation for years to come. I mean, it's just common sense. Some things are just common sense, and it's just not hard to think. Now, is that opportunity gone? Possibly. Because even though you didn't get Belichick, Mike Vrabel was still there, and you see what he's doing in New England right now today. He breaking that team down and building it back up.
That's the job he wanted.
Because yeah, that's true. But think about it. He's just doing what he was taught all those years as a player.
Yeah. He has winning culture DNA.
Yeah, Bill Belichick could bust a team down and build it right back up in the next 2 years. Because guess what? He was one of those players, if he knew a contract was coming up,
2 years. 2 years before the contract is up.
2 years before they took contract up. Hell, he even wanted to get rid of Tom Brady 2-3 years before he left.
He did though.
But the quarterback's trash.
This is the type of mindset that you have to have, and this is what I was saying earlier. And when they talked about the trade deadline, a lot of people say, "Well, why are you going to get rid of Jesse Bates? He only has 1 more year left. He's almost 30 years old. He's going to want another big contract. So you mean to tell me you're going to blow off another big contract? Because guess what? Drake London, who up for a big deal, and I'm going to get into that in about a couple of weeks because I feel it coming. Who else? Bijan, even though he got 5 years on his contract and his 5th year option, probably going to get paid this offseason because he's going to get Saquon Barkley money. So that's
Tyler Algier,
Kyle Pitts. So you got to pick and choose because we don't want another Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Deion Jones type situation. So I mean, you got to pick and choose.
They took up 38% of the salary cap, just 3 players.
3 players.
Yeah. Our best option to get anything is probably Kyle Pitts because everybody else in the NFL love him. Like, we have to, who's going to give us the most value? Jesse Bates, maybe, and that's if an organization loves veteran leadership and he can still play. I believe Jesse Bates is having that Max Fried kind of year where it ain't the best, but once he gets to a new team, you see Max Fried was an all-star. Like, he balling. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he goes to a winning team. and like you said, Chris, Smitty, everybody, is that we are in a tricky situation, and the front office doesn't have the foresight to
Facts.
do what's needed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But once
But
again, it's another Jerry Jones type situation. But JP, what's up, my guy? Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Just to get into that one, can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Okay, cool. Just to get into that one, Jesse Bates is the one with the most value, and it's the one for your team the most because you got Watts, and Watts is turning into a baller. So you just drafted Watts, and you got DeMarco Hellum still here. So you'll be able to maneuver through the minutia, after you get rid of Bates, and you get a third or another third or a fourth for Bates. In my opinion. Bates and Kyle Pitts are the answers to me. So, but man, call me what y'all want to call me. Say what you want to say about me.
What do you
Raheem
mean?
saved his job this week.
I agree.
Raheem,
I
they
agree.
played.
I see what you're
Hey,
saying.
say what you want to say. Say what you want to say about me, Chris.
No, they played it. Man, we fought this game. That's why I said if
That's
it was a blowout, you know what I'm saying. But they
that's
fought.
exactly. And so I be on a lot of channels, right? I talk to a lot of us Falcons fans, man. I'm the number one Falcon fan, right? We were so down in the dumps about the Miami game, right? And the culture hire, which is what Raheem was. Well, we needed a culture define and win. We needed a culture picker upper, if for lack of a better term. Even though
Yeah.
he didn't get this win per se, the win wasn't there. We didn't get the result we wanted, but the game played out the way we wanted the game to play out. If we're honest about it, we didn't play it the way we wanted to play it, but we were there. We missed the field goal, and if I'm honest, me myself, not Smitty, not Chris, if I'm honest. I'm really looking and thinking about all of these games that we played and how our kicking situation has ruined all of the games that we played, all of them, because we going for it on fourth down because Raheem doesn't trust the kicker.
You don't.
So, and this has been multiple games. You know what I'm saying? So, just me being honest myself, I don't hate Raheem tonight, as much as I'm hating the kicker, man. This all came down to the kicking situation. We could have
Hey,
kicked the field goal in the
Skeet, chill
first
out. Hold
half,
on,
Smitty.
JP. Skeet, chill out, my guy. Chill out. Go ahead.
We could have kicked the field goal in the first half, Smitty. And then we got the ball back on the strip fumble after we kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
We could have kicked the field goal then. We could have kicked the field goal before the last possession. I mean, what I'm saying is the culture hire that Raheem Morris is supposed to be, right? And this is my last point, and I'm out the door. I was an Arthur Smith guy. I like Arthur Smith. I wanted Arthur Smith to work, but his quarterback situation was absolute garbage.
Yeah,
He
he
was
did
in
get a
cap
fair shake
hell.
with that. I agree.
He was
Yeah,
in
I agree.
cap hell. And
I
that's not
agree.
an excuse, but Arthur Smith wasn't given the latitude because he's not a culture hire. Raheem was a culture hire, and he's getting all the latitude that I think that Arthur Smith should have gotten because of him being a culture hire, and Arthur Smith wasn't that. Arthur Smith is showing to be a million, trillion times better of a coach than Raheem Morris. I'm just being all the way honest about it. And I'm missing Arthur Smith, if I can be honest. This is crazy.
I can't argue with that.
Hold on. Well, JP.
That's where
Well, I
we at
would.
right now. Go
Well,
ahead.
what I
Go
would
ahead.
say is Arthur Smith doesn't have responsibility. That's why it seems like he's doing great. When Raheem hasn't been a head coach, he's been a great defensive coordinator. Look at the Rams. Look at all the teams that he was on. Raheem was a great defense. And again, it's very funny. Whenever we make a hire, everybody keeps on saying, "Oh man, we have this kind of guru. We got this kind of guru." And when it comes to Atlanta, it seems like everything that they have coached, all the prey, it goes out the window. And I'm like, it can't be that hard. Your coaching and playing ain't that hard, but they're making it to be the hardest thing in the world.
Well, that's the thing,
And
man.
when we
When you talk about coaching, man, unless you have generational talents, I mean, Zach Robinson coached Justin Jefferson. He coached that LSU 2019 team. He was their offensive coordinator. Of course, you're going to get a promotion in. You went to the Rams. You was on Sean McVay's staff. Of course, you're going to be a dog then. Of course. We don't have those generational
Yes,
pieces.
we do.
Let me finish. Outside of Bijan, Michael Penix is coming to his own.
Pitts. Hold on. Everybody said when we drafted him, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's 6'6", can run a 4.4. And when he was at Florida, they called him the greatest thing. The Falcons made a great hire.
What generational talent do you believe in it. What generational talent do you got to tweak the motor? When do you have to tweak the motor in a generational talent? Does TJ Watt have to be tweaked? Do we have to tweak TJ Watt?
You don't have to tweak a Bugatti. You have to tweak.
No, if you got it, you got it.
JP, I agree with everything you're saying, but everybody else feels way different about the Falcons pieces. You get what I'm saying? Like, I agree with you. I'm not sold on Michael Penix because I critique the quarterback, like the actual mechanics of quarterbacking, and it's been worse and worse. See, when people with Chris, I agree with half of it as far as the coaching aspect, but let's be real, y'all. And this is what I was arguing with my brother in the second half, and I was like, guys, if you talk to any quarterback, if you talk to any offensive lineman, Chris Dunlap was on a podcast with him and that I watch, called The Raw Room, and he talked about whenever there was a communication breakdown, Jalen Collins. Whenever there's a communication breakdown, this is standard for all quarterbacks from Pee Wee, middle high school. Guess what? We're playing backyard football. Hey, dog, you run a butt hook. You create plays. You have played enough football. You know enough knowledge that, dog, every game, and it's twice a quarter where there's a communication breakdown. If you watch the film, he calls the play late. He does, hey, dog, it ain't that. Yo, if you can't hear within 15 seconds, dog, you know the playbook. Everybody should know the playbook. If y'all don't know it, that means it's trash on y'all as players. Don't give me that crap about coaching when the quarterback is the captain of that field. If you talk to Tom Brady, and Matt Ryan called Michael Penix out on a podcast with him and Aaron Donald, and he said, y'all, when there was some communication, it was on me. I got this. We're gonna run this play and do this and that. Michael Penix, it's on you as the leader, brother. I don't care how much experience.
But the thing with that, and see that's what people that's what they don't realize.
Watch.
Audibling is something that you learn as time goes on. Michael Penix is not comfortable with audibling just yet because he's not familiar with the playbook.
Exactly. 15 seconds.
If he can't get 5 plays.
Hold on, Trinity. Go ahead, JP.
My bad.
Give me 15 seconds and I'm out the door. Trinity, I got to drive home your point, man. Because the intentional grounding from this game, the intentional grounding from the other game, inexcusable. It's because you're taking points off the board. Inexcusable, bro. Black, white, Indian, Asian, Mexican. It don't matter who you are. Inexcusable. You got to find a way. Take a sack. I'll even take a sack then. It don't matter. Just don't cost us a play. You can't cost us a down because we don't got a chance to get any points then.
Yep.
And I got to drive that point home, man. Michael Penix ain't God. Michael Penix ain't above reproach now. We got to be able to talk about Penix too now.
Yes, that's why we do.
Thank you, Smitty. Thank you, Chris, bro.
No problem.
No doubt, man. We appreciate y'all.
No doubt.
That's what we're saying.
All right, Smitty and Chris.
Appreciate you.
All right, Jay.
Thank y'all for coming through as always, too, y'all. Yeah, man. But yeah, Smitty, I mean, what have we been talking about anyway? We're just saying that Michael Penix is not the problem.
But see, this is the thing, too.
But he does have his
early on the show. Remember what I said earlier on the show, and this is why I said it. If we have a 2-minute drill, that intentional grounding never happens. If you have a 2-minute drill in place with a certain amount of plays, that play never happens because Michael Penix is comfortable with that 2-minute drill. But if you don't have a 2-minute drill, the play is drawing up, you're still trying to run what your game plan for, then mistakes gonna happen. So look,
but also,
Michael Penix, it was his fault. Go ahead.
I want to throw this in too. Now, I am unfortunately going back to coaching, but I just want to say, guys, there is a way that Zach Robinson interacts with Michael Penix or lack thereof. But when I look at Josh McDaniels, because I did. I looked at, he had a mic'd up last week, and I took a look at it just to see what kind of weighted there, you know what I'm saying, going about things up there. Josh McDaniels, him and his quarterback was like this. Okay? Like this. He's steady going over to Drake May, whether it's good, bad, happy, or sad. He was going over and keeping that communication. Most of that mic'd up that you can still go to YouTube and look at it right now from the Cleveland Browns game. He was at his quarterback, his young quarterback, telling him what he needs to do, encouraging them, et cetera, you know, so just the entire offense, having a complete control of the entire offense as a coordinator, you know, saying guys wanting to play for him, etc. All I'm saying is that's experience versus a guy who is trying to learn his way about it.
Facts.
We don't have that connection yet, and it could be a growth thing, and maybe he can grow into it, or maybe we just need someone new. I'm not sure fully. I know what my mind and how I'm feeling emotionally, but ultimately, I don't even know if right now even getting a new guy is the right answer, because who could be the guy anyway? That's the biggest. I mean, if we're just talking about right now, November 2nd, with, you know, everybody still being on the jobs that they are, there's nobody that we can bring in that would necessarily change any of this, y'all.
Nope. Because everything in place already.
OC, nothing.
And see what y'all got to realize, man, a lot of these players were from Arthur Smith tenure as a coach. So this is why they kept a lot of them, because they had the chemistry already, and they were going to build the game around Bijan. This is why they pretty much tried to keep it a run first team and try to blend in, you know, more talent. But, you know, it pretty much backfired. So now you got to go out and, you know, tweak it a little bit. And if you do that, maybe you'll come up with the right mix. But Matty Ghost, thank you for the donation, my brother. Truly appreciate it. He says 8 to 10 years of losing from Tampa's rejects. Rich McKay, Dirk Cutter, Raheem Morris, just clueless. And that's a good point. That's a good point. I can't argue with that. But thank you for the donation. But speaking of donations, November is donation month for me. You can donate. If you want to donate me a Christmas gift, just donate to the channel. I get it right before Christmas. So all month of November, if you want to donate to me this month, it'll go towards my Christmas present. I would greatly appreciate it. But go ahead, Chris.
No, just saying all like that it is. But yeah, man, we got like the last two guys back here. Yeah, man,
what's
up,
going
Big
on, fella?
Man, let me say this. I'm gonna say this. This is what I'm gonna say. All right, Raheem, he ain't gonna get fired. Zach Robinson need to go. The kicker need to go. But Raheem, if you listening to this, if y'all want to get offense, go get Eric the enemy and stop playing. Get him, man. I don't know what it is. The man got 3 Super Bowl rings. The man resume speaks for itself. He the one help Patrick Mahomes get to where he is now. Go get Eric the enemy and call it a day. Y'all want my offense?
But the thing with Eric the enemy, and I understand that, you know, a lot of people like that guy, but when he interviewed for the job here, they said it wasn't strong. So I wouldn't even. I'm talking
about as an offensive coordinator. I ain't talking about as no.
Oh no, I'm saying, but I'm saying as a head coach, if they interview you and you don't pass as a head coach, 9 times out of 10 you might not come back as a coordinator either.
That's crazy.
But the reason why,
and they was saying that they felt like Andy Reid was really calling the plays, and he was just kind of like just there next to him, kind of like
feeding off of it,
like Eeyore.
Yeah. But the thing about
offensive coordinator.
But the reason why I bring up Mike McDaniel too is because Mike McDaniel was here on the Super Bowl team as a passing game coordinator, so he knows about the franchise. He knows what we expect, and you know him being able to call plays on his own finally in Miami. And the same with Matt LaFleur. Both of those guys have flourished with their own quarterback. So that's why I said Mike McDaniel.
Smitty.
You know, Tua is a left-hand quarterback.
Hold on, Rich. Go ahead, see.
You know, Tua is a left-hand quarterback, ain't he?
Right.
Yeah. So he'll be a perfect fit, for Michael Penix. Yeah, you right about that. Yeah. He'll be a perfect fit for that.
Now, what I was saying is, that Miami game was the interview. I've been calling that for a while. I said, I see what the
me
play
too.
is.
Yeah.
I said, if Zach Robinson can't complete it, because see, one thing that I'm gonna keep it short too, because the only thing I'm really scared of, but I think the organization sort of understand it too. If you get rid of Raheem, you lose your defense, bro. Period.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And your defensive players may clock out because Aubrey and Ali got them boys running out of their minds.
Yeah.
You got 7 sacks and 2 takeaways and you lose. The only other people to do that is Cleveland, because Myles Garrett just said the same thing. He had 4 sacks by himself.
5.
And they
That's
still
that 5.
losing.
He had 5
Myles
last week.
Garrett on the way to Philly, ain't it? I heard he talking about they finna trade. Philly finna
He-
trade for
he-
Myles Garrett.
He ain't
They is
going
not
nowhere.
finna get him to Philly.
Nah, he ain't going nowhere. Is your contract too big?
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna take him, but it's just I'm still not on the fire Raheem train, because what I get why people want to fire him, because I was there today. I was pushed there today. But I know in my mind that if we get rid of Raheem, our defense goes out the door with him, because most coaches are going to bring in their guys. That's just, it is what it is.
Right.
So
I don't think we need to get
that's
rid of
why you
Raheem.
heard. I think that's why you heard Rich McKay say what he said, because it's like, we finally have a pass rush. Are you really like? I get everything else. I get it. Are you really ready to risk your pass rush though? And we ain't had one in the last 20 years.
And that's why I said earlier in the show. That's why I said the problem may be as simple as just going out and get somebody that can be coming that can develop a quarterback.
But that's it. I see the play. You had Jimmy O'Neal. You went and got your boy. Mike McDaniel is almost good as gone this season.
Yeah, he just stand to the end of the year. That's it.
You slide him out. See, that's why I said that was the interview that man, let me tell you something, Smith. What did I say? Oh, I think I said it on your show too. Mike McDaniel beat us with our own
offense. Yeah, our own offense.
Yeah, he did.
He ran pistol how you really supposed to run pistol. You still got to switch up the formations. See, that's the only problem Zach has, really. He just don't switch up his formation. As soon as he go under center, Bijan get 10 yards, 15 yards. As soon as he go under center. You don't do that.
We go away from it. And then we go away from it.
Go away. That's not even a good enough word, A1, because we only ran it one time.
Only one time.
You know how bad it
go
is.
away from something you don't run.
That's true.
You know how bad our offense is. I don't even run it on man.
Our offense ain't bad. That's the problem. No, because I'm gonna tell you like
him calling plays.
No,
I mean the play calling.
You know the reason the only team I play with on Madden is Atlanta. But what I
Me
do
too.
But what I do is I go get that balanced playbook. I refuse to play with Zach Robinson.
Yeah, me too. That's how I do.
I refuse to play with Zach Robinson playbook.
You
I go get a balanced playbook.
Game.
Hey, I swear. Hey, but the crazy part, I can beat anybody with Atlanta. I can beat anybody with them. And I'm like, bro, I don't get it.
I get it.
I'm telling y'all, part of the problem with the development is still, I think he just got too many things going on outside of the Atlanta Falcons. If he wasn't a candidate, if he wasn't a candidate to be a head coach, he'll be totally 100% focused on what's going on. He's too busy worry about what Sally and Billy doing on the outside.
He's doing
taking care of their business on the inside. Go ahead.
He doing that Kyle Shanahan stuff. Yeah, he need to go on and go, man.
No, hey, I'm gonna be honest. As much as I hate Kyle Shanahan, please don't disrespect him like that. Because if you gave Kyle Shanahan this offense,
no, I ain't disrespecting him.
I'm being funny. Yeah. I'm being funny, but I'm just saying. Because I've been screaming this since last year. If Kyle Shanahan had this offense, you could not beat him. Period.
Yeah, man, we lost the game.
Wouldn't no team be able to beat him, period. Not an Andy Reid, none of them would be able to beat Kyle Shanahan with this offense, period.
Yeah,
He
right.
could run the same, man. Kyle Shanahan could run the same offense from 2016 with this team because Drake could be your Julio. You got your Tevin Coleman and your Devontae Freeman. All you got to do is figure out your Sanu and all of that. Mooney hurt, but other than that, man, Kyle Shanahan to be deadly with our offense, bro.
You're right.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
But I told y'all from the jump though, if y'all been following my channel a long time, he should have never left the building. You should have told him we'll see what happens next year with Dan Quinn. If it don't work out, hey, you get the spot. You the coach and waiting. If they do that, I think he stays. And you make him the highest paid coordinator at that time. If you give him that kind of money,
I thought they said they tried to, Smith.
They tried to. They offered it.
Yeah, but
they offered it to him.
Yeah, but
you want that head coaching.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, when some team come to call and they're not going to turn it down, the 49er organization is prestige. And when prestige comes to calling, it don't have a dollar sign next to it. He would have probably went for half the price because he knows he was going to be able to build his team the way he wanted to. So, it happens.
Yeah,
I got my first Christmas gift for the year, man. Shout out to my boy. Let's get it, GA, man. Truly appreciate you, my guy. Love you to death. We said, fellas, the season is over with. Darnell Mooney not even part of the offense no more, and that's absolutely correct. We have an offensive coordinator that doesn't know how to spread the ball to his playmakers. 7-10, and we have no first round pick next year. It's a wrap. And I told you a couple of shows ago, this is why they have to keep fighting because they don't have a first round pick next year. So you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to keep fighting until you get that pick to the 15-20 range.
No,
let me ask y'all a question. Ain't the Super Bowl in Atlanta next year?
It's the year after. I think it's
28.
Yeah, we 28. Need to be, but this team need to be together before then.
No, but you want to know something, Smitty? That's the one thing I'm not mad about versus everybody else. How can you be mad at not having the number one pick after you seen that play today on that defense? James Pierce almost had a touchdown.
But Richard, people got to understand you got to pay for stuff like that. Stuff like that do not come free. When you have both of those guys on the board at the same time, and you can't make a decision on which one to take, and God blesses you for one on the fall down the board to you to go get the other guy. How many times did that happen? And like they said, they weren't expecting to pick that high again. But you see the way the season going. And guess what? If they turn around and then they go get an offensive coordinator, we still got pretty much, the same core next year. And they keep playing the way they are. It's probably one of the best trades in NFL history. Because one of those guys is good at one thing and one of them is good at the other.
Hey, but see, I get Jeff Ulbrich madness now that you say that. Okay, you have Pierce that's good at just a pure pass rusher, right? But now you don't put pass rush in Jalen Walker bag.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So, and his bag was really go after the quarterback linebacker, not really edge. So now you see how confused that offense was because the way they would, what did make me proud though? I'm gonna tell you what Ulbrich made me real proud. He went and watched some Georgia film, and I don't care what nobody say, because the way he was moving Jalen around today remind me of that Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, he can move
defensive coordinator. He was everywhere on the field today.
And I see people in the chat saying, why he dropped them back in coverage. He can cover. He just didn't get his head around. He can cover. He just didn't get his head around.
He really saved that play to a certain extent because he noticed that wasn't nobody over there.
Right.
He
nobody over the top
fast enough to get there. That's it.
Right. And you think about it too, on that same play too, just to add to it. One reason why, he wasn't the fastest, but the guy still gave him a little stutter step to kind of break the momentum. but he still was like right on the guy though, at his side.
He was still right there.
So
it was just a good
it's not a
long
lot
pass.
of guys on this defense that have been able to even run step for
Man,
step.
let me tell you something, A1. I was more happy seeing Jalen Walker cover that little bitty wide receiver than I was Matthew Judon covering boy. I'm from Carolina out there backfield.
There you go.
Because if it was last year, I'm telling y'all, man, if this was last year defense, a lot of these games wouldn't even be close.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why I said, are you really willing? I don't think the organization is ready to get. See, they don't understand the fall of everything if you get rid of Raheem.
Let me ask you a question. Name one who coming out this year better than Jalen Walker or James Pierce Jr.
Nobody.
That's why it don't matter.
That's why I told you I wasn't mad.
He said that
because
during the press conference.
Yeah,
he said that
it's not though.
No, but see, this is why I told you I wasn't mad, because what I saw that no one else seen is all of these colleges are starting with freshmen. That's why Georgia looked the way they look. Everybody's in the NFL now. All these colleges,
gotta
good
start
players,
over.
they got to start over. Alabama's starting over. Georgia's starting over.
We got a second round pick. We need to go draft a wide receiver. We're
going to get a wide receiver. That's one thing that you can.
Then one of them boys say they want to play with Michael Penix. What the boy name?
That dude at Miami.
Yeah. He want to play for Michael Penix with Michael Penix. Go on and get it.
No, because what people fail to realize is the difference between Michael Penix playing at Washington and playing in Atlanta is look at who was on his team. He had nothing but speed.
Exactly.
Roma Doomsday, Terry McMillan. Oh, you talking about number speed guys.
Jalen Pope, too.
Jalen Pope, who may be available, because I watched Smitty thing. He may be available next year. So
I don't even think nobody even got Pope.
He got traded to New Orleans.
I thought they cut him.
He'll probably be a free agent.
I think they cut him. I think he's a free agent now.
I think he hurt.
I
think he's on the injury reserve, if I'm mistaken.
But that's the biggest issue that no one realizes is why I know why they're not going to fire him. Because are you really? I'm not willing. I'm going to be honest. As mad as I was at Raheem today, especially, Zach, I'm going to be honest. Zach Robinson have been fired after after our last possession, because we had a chance to go get a touchdown.
Yeah, but Richard, I keep telling folks. I keep telling people, you ain't got no 2-minute drill. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
you ain't got 5 plays to get that. But
that's the first offense I ever seen without a 2-minute drill.
No, listen, this was stupid because he does not. Well, no. Let me tell you.
No, Kirk Cousins was doing that on his own last week.
No. But see, now that makes you question last year. That's where I was going with it. Because remember, every time we got down to them 2-minute drills in every game, was that really Kirk Cousins calling his own plays? Because after that last game, that made me think it was Kirk Cousins. Every 2 minutes.
I said that already. I said Kirk was the offensive coordinator last year.
But that's why I said, as much as we paying Kirk, we might well hire him as the offensive coordinator. How could we go?
No, he's still
ready to get traded. Kirk, he's trying to get up out of here.
Oh, no, I know he want to play. I was just saying, like, that's how bad Zach Robinson.
He done made over 300 million. It's time to go. But fellas, we got to wrap it up because A1 got to roll.
All right, man, Smitty.
All right, Smitty.
I appreciate y'all coming through.
I'll let y'all later, man.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all.
We'll be right here for the preview on Tuesday.
Yeah,
right
man.
here.
Let's get it said, fellas. Sometimes you just gotta get credit. Drake. Now that was a hell of a throw.
Yes.
And it ain't nothing. And he could, like I said, he couldn't even get his head around fast enough. So yeah. So to me, that's just what it is.
Put a little touch on the ball, just a little bit.
Maybach Sports. I see you pop your shit in the chat, man. Enjoy that win, man. Enjoy that win. Appreciate you, my guy.
Hey, man.
DA said, yeah, Hawks already down by 7, but hey, it's a long season, man.
It's all good. Season. Last 2 games, they don't start out being down double digits and came back and won both games. So we'll see.
Yep. He ain't won by 20. But You know what to do, man. Tell everybody where to find you, my guy.
Hey, man, A1 Forever Sports. That's the platform on YouTube. Please come over and be a part of the A1 Forever family. We'll love to have you. And also Hawks Digest. Just like I was just saying, the Hawks game we're playing right now. So we definitely got to go check them out. Because probably most likely going to have to talk about it possibly tonight. So definitely got to get into that and see what those Atlanta Hawks are doing. But hopefully Hawks can, win tonight for the Atlanta Falcons and everything. Hopefully these Falcons can bounce back. We got to spin right back around, head to Germany, and try to see if we can send the Colts on a 2-game losing streak.
And we still got a Thursday night game. Still got a Thursday night game coming in about a month.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
So yeah, it's all good. It's a long way to go.
Yeah, man. What about you, Smitty? Wait, I'm bad. My bad. Twitter A1 Forever, Instagram A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on what it is? TikTok. Yeah, that's what they call it.
Look at your ass, man.
One of these shit. It's too many platforms, bro. They got so many. That's why I stay off of them. Because next thing you know, you'll be on here like 10, 11 apps.
I feel you on there. You be calling somebody's name that ain't even out there in the chat. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all as always, man. Y'all know where to catch me. Smitty Sports Machine, man, on YouTube. Also at FatBoySnell_21 on Twitter. I'm always over there blowing it up. I be on TikTok sometime, but I don't too much, man. I just be over there to get me a good laugh. I do put up a video every now and then, but I'll just mainly be over there for the laughs, man. That's about it. But Auntie Joy, she got in kind of late, so she gonna get the boot. But we definitely appreciate her for always supporting us, man. Behind the scenes, we definitely appreciate it. Steve, we appreciate you, my brother. But we will be back on Tuesday, man, for the pregame show. And trust me, that flight to Berlin is not going to it's no joke, man. They're going to be in the air for a good 18 hours, man. I'm telling you.
Long flight.
So if they get over there and be slumping, just don't be mad. One thing about those international games, they can take a lot out of you going and coming. So by the time they get back here and get back to practice, it's going to be time for another game.
Yeah, so time for the Panthers.
It's gonna be tough, man. Just you got to hold it in the road, but I mean, look, with today, the way they play today, they show they still got some fight left.
They do have fight.
Pick it up? Can the coaches pick it up and help them get back to winning? Because I mean, you just can't keep wasting these defensive performances. Like we said, when have you seen the Falcons with a defense like this? It's been a long time, so you got to take advantage of it. But look, for my boy Chris, it's your boy Antoine Smith. We're gonna holler at y'all later, man, because it's time to go eat dinner, and we hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. And as Burgo say, we'll get y'all back y'all Sunday, and we're gonna holler.
That man.
Peace.
Peace.